Hey, hi, hello, again. Here I am telling you about your next set of assignments. The set of assignments for Saturday, tomorrow, July 20th. We have two major pieces of homework that we need to do. The first one is pretty easy. It's a quiz that covers chapter 1. Now this quiz is a multiple choice quiz. There are 10 questions, easy questions, open book, you have 2 chances. So everyone should get all of the questions correct, no problem. It just kind of helps you review what we had in chapter 1 with regard to the reading process heuristic and also how and why we read text, the way we should be reading it. And after you take your quiz, we are going to be writing our first college paper. Now, I guess you could call it a college paper. It's a short summary, kind of a summary reaction piece related to one of the questions that you answered in our discussion about those 5 questions that we talked about in discussion. You know, those 5 questions about reading to respond, reading to understand, inferencing or making inferences, reading to evaluate, reading images critically. So you're going to choose one of those questions to write a 450-word paper about. Now you've already answered one of them. You can work with the same question you answered in discussion, or you can choose a new question that you want to write about. It's up to you. I suggest that before you choose which question you want to write a paper about, you go back into discussions and review the responses there. Choose a question that you want to write about, read all of the responses for that particular question, and then go do it. You're going to be writing a 450-word paper, 3 paragraphs, and I tell you what to write in each paragraph. Just follow this outline, or sometimes I call it a scaffold, and I tell you how to do it and what to write and so forth. And then also, the other thing we'll be doing with this paper is formatting the paper according to the MLA rules of formatting college papers. Now in English, we always follow the MLA rules for formatting. Some of you know these rules already, some of you may have heard of them, but you don't really follow them exactly. So from now on, whenever we write something in this class and you submit it to me, your paper should be formatted following the MLA rules. And I give you some links that will help you with that. There are a lot of rules, and I've sort of summarized them for you, so don't let them overwhelm you. Just be concerned with the rules right now that you need to format our paper with. There's other stuff about quoting and paraphrasing and all of that. Don't worry about that just yet. We'll deal with those later. Essentially, when we format the paper, you need to make sure that you format it with the correct heading in the left-hand corner, that you can paginate your paper, that you double space your paper correctly, you know where to have a title. That's about it. Okay, so it's not that hard. But skim through the material so that you can do this. Now you just have tomorrow to write this paper, but it is only 450 words. We're just going to do it one time. It's kind of like a rough draft, but you will be getting 100 points for it. So you want to do your best work with this paper to show me what you can do. It's kind of me sort of understanding how well you can write. Although all of you are quite good writers, when in going through your profiles that you wrote, I was quite impressed with your presentations, your writing of your stories. And they were interesting and they were well written. It seems to me that all of you should be in English 101, and that's great. So from now on, it's just about applying yourself to make sure you meet the deadlines. That's really the most important thing that we can do in this class, is just to do the work and meet the deadlines and move on, do the best you possibly can, and you will be successful. So that's going to be it. Now, I am extending the deadline for this paper as well. So it's still due at 11:59 tomorrow night, but there will be a grace period until 8 a.m. the next morning. Some of you want a little bit of an extension. It's about the only time I'm going to do this, I think. We'll see. But you all have to get them in because I need to read them, so they can't be late. With so many of us in the class, 2 classes actually, it's very hard for me to deal with students who don't turn in papers and turn in assignments on time. So keep that in mind. Most of you are doing a pretty good job with that. I'm kind of pleased. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say about your set of assignments for tomorrow, so it's not hard, but you do have to spend some time. And once you write your paper, make sure you read it over. Make sure that your paper is following the outline or the structure or the scaffold I've given you, and go over your paper again and again to eliminate errors, okay? I'm particularly not happy with what we call run-ons and fragments. Before you upload your paper to me, make sure you don't have any run-ons or fragments, if you know what they are. If you don't, well, we're going to learn soon. So you have a good evening, have a good Saturday. We don't really have much time to go out and about and have a social life right now, do we? Most of us don't. We're either working, we have family, and we're taking care of this course. Okay. Have a good evening.